Hello and good morning. Welcome to Leave It Love the channel. And in this one, I'm gonna talk about Nigeria. I'm gonna talk about Nigeria because I haven't been able to really talk about it because the spell is broken. The spell is broken. Once the spell breaks, it takes time for you to be able to talk about it. It takes time for you to remember like all the shit all the shit that happened, and it's like, oh my god, like all this shit happened, and it's like, and I'm just crying. These sirens are going off. The sirens been going off ever since I was like, I'm gonna make this video, and the sirens keep going off. Hold on, I'm gonna just go because it's gonna continue. So this is the first one, but it's gonna continue throughout the video because I'm gonna be calling out. I'm gonna be telling you what the fuck had happened, right? What had happened? What had happened was, it's like, I'm into Ifa, but I was into Santeria first. I was into Santeria, and and I have my godfather here, my godfather Joselito here. But that's what I did. I would go to the tambores. The tambores is like it's like a gathering. Like, we would all come together, and it was like they would be beating the drums. They would all in white. It was just a meeting. We would all get together, and it was just good energy. But that's Santeria. That's what I was into. And then in Santeria, I had to dress in white for like a year. A year dressed in white, and then to be initiated, just to be initiated, it took a year to do that. But and then my godfather's old, and he couldn't initiate me, and I wanted him to do it because he was the one that was teaching me. He was important part of my life and of the religion to me, for me. So, and then I had to tell him, oh, I'm gonna go into Ifa. I had to tell him, like, I can't just not get initiated with him and just do something else and not tell the person that's teaching me what the hell I'm thinking and what I'm planning. So he was like, oh, you can get into it. You can get into Ifa. He's like, it's a beautiful religion. It's just like Santeria. But be careful. Be careful. He told me I'm gonna have a lot of opposition. I'm gonna have a lot of people coming against me. So I didn't know if it was because I'm Spanish, they're African American. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I didn't know what the opposition was gonna be like. But my godfather told me that, like, they're all gonna come for you. They're all gonna come for you, and you're gonna overcome it. Like, you're gonna be okay, but it's gonna be a lot of shit. This was years ago. He told me this. Before it happened, he told me this. My godfather was blind, but he could still read. Like, he could still see. He's blind, but he could still see. He could tell you what the hell is going on. That's my godfather. And so I started getting into Ifa, and I had a good babalao. Like, he was a good babalao, and he would teach me, and I would respect him. And it was like, a teacher and the student, and it was like I was just learning with him. He would help me. He would do things for me, but it was helping me. It was making my life better. Everything was good for me, and I was helping him too. What had happened? You start running your mouth, you tell your friends, whoever you start telling people to, they get jealous, they get mad. They wanted to take me away from him, but it's like I loved my person, like the babalao that I had. Like, he was doing everything. I wanted to be with him. Like, why would I ever leave him? He never did anything to me. Like, why would I ever leave? I would never leave. Would never leave this person. But this asshole, Abo Mexico, Abo Mexico, Ifa Colade, Ifa Nala is the family name. That's the family name. I can drop his name because he's a fucking asshole, and I don't care what happens to him. I don't care what the fuck happens to him. That he could fucking die. I could care less. But my person, I'm not gonna say his name because he's important to me, so I'm not gonna say his name. But the asshole that did all this shit to me, he could drop dead. Dead ass. That's how I really feel. That's how I really feel. Ever since I was away from my godfather, the Babalawo that was helping me, the good one, that's what I'll say, the good one, everything just went to shit. Like everything went bad. I had the Cash App. I had things. Once I left my Babalawo, my Cash App I was banned from Cash App. I can't use Cash App. I can't use Western Union. I can't use a whole bunch of other things to send money because our Mexico, Ifacolade, is a scammer. He's a scammer. He's a thief. He's a fucking thief. He's probably known as a thief. You know, so then I'm sending him money, and then my Cash App was blocked because I'm sending him money. So he must have some kind of red flag. He must have something wrong with him, you know, to show that I can't send money to whoever I'm sending to, or I'm scamming. So they banned me from Cash App forever. That was the first sign, you know. And then I'm working. I'm working for the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I have a good job. I've been there for 15 years. I decided to quit my job. Quit my job. I'm 40 years old then. I'm 40. So this was when in 2020 I decided to quit my job. You know, but I was okay with it because I'm like, you know, I don't really like this job anyway. And then I go for another job, and then I was terminated from that job, and I'm like, you know, how is this happening to me if I'm supposed to have a Babalawo that's supposed to help me and make my life better? So, and then it's like anytime I wanted to take money out of the machine, the money wouldn't come out, but it would say the money was dispersed, but there was no money coming out. Whenever I go to my account, I always have money out of the account. I had to close my account. It was fraudulent checks. It was just a whole bunch of fraud. Then Cash App, I had to pay like over $6,000 back to Cash App from all the money transactions that I'm doing, and then the money is unaccounted for. So it's like, where's this money coming from? Why are you getting this money? You have to pay taxes on the money. It was a lot of fucking money, and I had to pay like $6,000 in taxes for the money that was being transferred in Cash App. Whatever. That was that. The bank accounts are closed. I lost my job. I was terminated from another job. It was like everywhere I went, there was problems. Everywhere I went, there was arguments. Everywhere I went, I couldn't get a break. I couldn't get away from people. That's why I work online. I do YouTube. I don't deal with people. I'm not around people. Whenever I'm around people, they start doing black magic. They start doing stuff. I'm like, why the fuck people always coming for me? Like, I don't even do anything to anybody. I'm on my business and I don't do anything to anybody, but they always want to attack me. And it's just like, oh my God. All I could do was stay calm, not argue, not, you know, because people want to argue, they want to fight, they want something, and I had to learn not to argue, not to fight, not to get aggressive, not to get angry, not calm the fuck down, you know. I had to learn that. I had to learn to be like that, and I didn't have my Babalawo. Then it was just this Agua Mexico guy, and all he did was like ruin my whole life, ruin my whole life. It's like he took all the money from me. Everything that good that was coming to me, it's like he just took it away, and all these bad things started happening to me because I was dealing with this Babalawo, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna help me, and that man never helped me. All he did was curse my life, and he started doing work on my children too. So and then